6,140 pounds, the old trusty 274 Cherokee just rolling in here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And everybody and their brother has built a floor plan like this. And some still do, but a lot of brands have actually kind of phased it out and moved to other layouts. Yet, the Cherokee version, this continues to be the #2 most popular full Cherokee trailer. Well, I think there's a lot of reasons for it. Now, things like the big time, like MoRide equipment package we have going on here are great. But I think the inclusion of some form of outside kitchen into a floor plan that traditionally does not have it is what puts this one over the top for people in a half-ton towable super slide bunkhouse category. Now, a really important note here. Not only is this fully travel accessible, but with that rear bedroom door and those MoRide steps, this is also basically guaranteed storage lot friendly, and that's something a lot of people don't consider. MoRide steps are awesome. When you're at your campsite, hands down, I think they're the most fantastic thing ever. However, these big, longer triple steps, they really have a wide radius arc when you swing them down. And if your camper is parked at a storage lot, you're going to have a really hard time getting these things open sometimes, because to maximize their profits, they'll park the campers as close together as possible. Well, I came in through that back bathroom door and walked through the whole camper just now. You don't need to use the MoRide steps here. You just can use the MoRide steps, or want to use the MoRide steps, when you're actually camping. So, not just travel accessible, but storage accessible. And yet another criteria that I think I'm going to have to start talking about more often. And when we open it up, this thing feels huge. And I think these like maximum size super slide cross breeze windows here are a big part of that puzzle. They let in so much light that it's actually kind of affecting the camera. I have to point down like this to give you a better idea of what the decor actually looks like. And that's really kind of the funny thing here. Not very long ago, we got in a Cherokee or a Grey Wolf that had what was supposed to be the updated interior decor and package. And then they switched to this shortly after that because they got everything lined up quicker than they thought. And they decided, you know what? We can really crank this thing up. We can completely revise all the interior, exterior, color... I can't talk. I've been doing videos all day, pardon me. Color patterns, there we go. Give it this very residential look and feel. Lighten, brighten it up, make it modern. Make the blue accents match all the decors instead of clash with all the decors as they had before. And they have nailed it. Now, mechanically, equipment-wise, it's a near match for what we saw previously. It's just cosmetically, I feel it is vastly improved, and I think most people tend to agree from the feedback that I've seen. One customer actually said, went so far as to say, finally, one of the best trailers on the market is no longer one of the ugliest. I think that's a pretty bold statement, and I think a lot of people agree with them. Now, cinema style, sofa seat here. A little fold-down armrest if you want it there. Removable sofa bolsters. It gives you a little more of that little comfort factor when you walk in. You want a place to sit down and plop down. There is still a little bit of storage below that. Now you'll find that black box under that center light between those big windows. That's a USB plug. You're going to find plenty of household and USB outlets around this thing to always keep devices powered up, charged up, everything functioning, everything, topped up. Very handy on a rainy day if everyone's going to be playing on their phones or tablets or whatever, Now, one of the signature calling cards of these Cherokees is that they put these huge 40-inch dinette drawers on the ends of their U-dinettes and, even their non-U-dinettes. They put those on there for easy access. So if someone's sitting at the dinette, even if no one is at the dinette, it's just easier to get to everything. And they are heavy duty. We have a 5/8 tongue and groove, I guess it's not tongue and groove here. We're walking on a 5/8 tongue and groove plywood floor, but this is the same material. It just obviously doesn't tongue and groove around. Whether it's the kitchen counters, the bathroom counter, the tabletop here, we have sealed membranes, pressed countertops all the way around for superior quality, reliability, longevity. And this over here, this big pantry goes right along with these big dinette drawers, because again, it's just one of those signature things that Cherokee does. As opposed to one of them skinny toothpick pantries where you have to go armpit deep to get into them, it's just a real pantry with a real door that matches the bedroom and the bathroom door. So everything has a good cohesive look, and just like the updates on the decor versus the accent panels, everything on these just works together. From here, we're just a hop, skip, and jump away to that bathroom where, I entered the RV initially. As we come in, I want to point out the bigger Max Air vent fan here for superior whole house airflow as compared to the little one-room 4-inch plastic fans. We've got, skylight and full shower surround here. And what's really cool about a direct bath entry like this, guys, is if the kids have, been horsed around there covered in dirt, sand, sweat, God knows what else, because kids, am I right? Anyway, you can send them in here. They can get washed up without tracking a lot of dirt through the RV. Now, a refrigerator in the bathroom are the number one and number two, no pun intended, things that bring kids and people in general in and out of the RV. So having a quick, easy access bathroom like this is oh so valuable. Now, another thing, I talk about it outside of the RVs a lot, and first of all, that's a deadbolt door for security and privacy, but this is actually a locking screen door. You push this handle down and push it over, and you can basically make sure that nobody can unlock that latch, which is very, very handy if you have little kids running around and you want to try to keep them a little safer and more secure, but you want that extra open airflow, or you're just trying to keep an ear out for the kids outside. Now, if we kill the lights, pull the shades, we fold down the sofa and the dinette, we put her in stealth mode, nighttime camping mode here. Couple things I really wanted to show you. So first of all, this is an extra large dinette. And if an adult needs to sleep here, they can. Now, the sofa can fold down, but it's certainly not the largest sofa in the world. But this is an easy opportunity to talk about the removable sofa armrest bolsters that we have here. Now, above the whole super slide, we have this really nice and really effective like LED accent nightlight. And it's something that during the day with all the lights on, it's hard to appreciate. But even with a little bit of light not penetrating and, like light pollution coming in the RV, you can see how well that lights up. Now, you also have the little blue backlight, like nighttime knobs, basically. And those are just another sort of like air traffic controller, like to see where you're going. And then I thought, hey, why not? Let's do this all the way here. Let's just kind of see what kind of privacy we got. Now, this is kind of cool. You actually have a 2-section curtain here. So if you want separate upper and lower bunk privacy, you always have access to that. And you don't have one giant curtain blocking the little fold-out ladder right here. So it's always easy to get up and down in that bed. Again, even in the middle of the night if you need to hit the bathroom or, I don't know, sneak a little bite of the leftovers from the day before. Now, you may have noticed we have full closing bedroom doors, so you have really good privacy in this model, which is really important, I think, with an open concept bunkhouse. In terms of entertainment, you won't typically find a TV on these things from the factory at Haylett RV, although if that's something that you need, let us know. The reason we do that, guys, is we found we can give you a bigger or better TV for the same or less money, and that never seems to offend anybody, Now, that isn't a brick wall or foam block wall or whatever. It's just an insanely high definition wall print on that panel effectively. And you see how it actually persists down through the entertainment center. Now, speaking of entertainment, here we have, it's simple but expandable. And I think that's really intelligent. It is Bluetooth and DVD. You can control it with your phone via an app. You can actually even place hands-free calls through it. But if you notice over here, there's an HDMI port inside of this little cabinet with plenty of room if you want to add a Blu-ray or satellite system or whatever. If you want to expand your entertainment, you can. If you're not looking, if you're going camping to get outside with the family and have some memories, well, that's what this is set up for, but it gives you the opportunity to expand that. Now, you notice the little peephole. Now, I call it that because, I'm tall. Most people can't see there. And frankly, all I'm looking at through the other side is the ceiling anyway. But if you do want a TV in the bedroom, that's where you'd feed the cables through. Below here, we have an electric space heating fireplace. We call it a fireplace, but just an electric heater. Although you can give it, you can utilize it for LED visuals instead of electric heat too. So useful even in the summer just for cool extra lights or just the look. And a clutter cutting shoe garage right by the door here. But it's the kitchen here I want to focus on because they've done a couple little simple improvements. First of all, they're still doing the 2 big drawers instead of 2 or 3 small ones, so big stuff like spatulas don't get hung up in there. But they've redesigned under the sink to give you a nice space for a wastebasket here. Now, this is the sink cover. This isn't normally where you'd put it. I'm just getting it out of the way so you can take a look at this beautiful, very residential style skirted stainless farm sink right here. Now, between the flush mount sink cover and the flush mount tempered glass stove cover here, you're actually going to get a pretty decent amount of prep space. And notice how we have power outlets next to that window down at the countertop level, not way up high under the overhead cabinets here. Because instead of doing that, they were able to add tons of lighting into this kitchen. So it is very well lit and easy to see. Quick look up front here in the master bedroom. Very private, as we've discussed. Now, you've got big windows in here. So you got your big fire escape safety window on this side. And then you've got this extra large window over here for just a flood of light. And these lighter wall panels, and they're not textured, by the way, but dang it if they don't look like it. It really brightens it up in here. You've got household and USB plugs on both sides of the bed, so you're very phone charge and CPAP friendly. And our full Cherokees do still include struts under the bed, easy lift for indoor and outdoor access to that storage space. Starting up front here, of course, we have things like a power awning and power tongue jack. Those are pretty common fare in this class and price point. Not 100% of everything does have a side mount solar prep here for a little portable panel, so I do still want to take mention of that. Now, here in the pass-through, any wood in this pass-through area that would be exposed is hit with really heavy anti-wicking treatment, because the woodwork right around that baggage door is more likely to come in contact with any sort of water, like dripping off the baggage door. Not even from rain, but like maybe even just condensation in the morning. So Cherokee kind of takes the extra effort there to sort of protect that and avoid some potential water damage. Now, the whole nose of this thing has extra thick painted aluminum panels, so they are more resistant to wind buffeting, stones being flung at this thing. In short, it's going to stay looking good longer. That's kind of the general idea here. Now, up front, down in this area here, we do have a full outside utility shower. We also do like to enclose the holding tanks on our Cherokees here at Haylett RV. Yeah, that way, a little extra protection there, not just from like cold, but road debris, critters. And, again, of course, it does give you that buffer if it is going to kind of dip below freezing overnight. Now, those big corner bunks, one of the cool things about them, and one of the best parts about Cherokee putting some of their mechanical stuff up front, is you get to enjoy all of this extra storage space down here. And that is super valuable for things like your utility stuff down there, your water hoses, your totes, all that. Roof is, of course, fully walkable. I don't know if Cherokee's ever been a non-walkable roof, but people do ask. 200-pound rated cargo rack on the back, and we are ready for a backup or observation camera, which can work in motion. The roof has a 3/8 decking with 16-inch on center vaulted trusses that they're linear inside, vaulted exterior, so that you get that extra strength and like water runoff and whatnot. Triple entry steps front and rear. Now, like I mentioned, the front steps, I guess you call it your main entry steps, they do use the nice MORryde ones, but again, for what do I want to say? Storage site access. The traditional fold-out steps here are actually still pretty handy, because it's easier to get them open if you parked if your camper rather is parked right up next to another trailer. Now, again, we do have a direct entry bathroom here, and as I mentioned inside, it is deadboltable, so you can reach the deadbolt right from the toilet if you need to. Even if you're small. Now, we do have black tank flush to go along with that outside shower, and then let me back up here. We do have a very decent sized power awning, but take note, it easily clears the entry door. The entry door can open all the way and still not touch the awning, which is nice. Even though it's an anti-slam door, if someone's not paying attention, you don't want a person to physically push the door into the awning, because pushing an awning sideways is just a great way to bust it. The awning has blue LED accent lights just like you see above the slide out, and you'll find matching lights behind the speakers here on these Cherokees, which is pretty darn cool. Outside TV hookups that will match your bedroom and living room area hookups. And then over here we have their newly updated Deluxe mini camp kitchen. And this thing is the business. I like what they've done here. It starts with Dad's medicine cabinet out here for an extra 2-point-whatever cubic feet of cold storage. Then we factor in an ice maker, splash on a additional sort of outside utility shower for a quick little hands cleanup and whatnot. And then, of course, we got our little stovetop burner. A little bit of everything out here. And frankly, it wouldn't be hard to like put like a cutting board or something over top of any of this to have additional exterior prep space. And I love too how the door opens down, so it's never going to block that kitchen breeze and viewing window you have up top. That was a really smart decision, as is this folding handle. And one of my personal favorites, these MORryde steps with those adjustable feet, so that even if you are in some goof stupid campsite with a weird sort of uneven ground setting, or if you're towing down the road and the camper's not perfectly level, whatever it is, you can always get those steps to hook up to a campsite really in the way that it properly should for more reliable, better operation. So, give us a call. Hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.